Five, four, three, two, one. Unrecorded podcast number 7,858. Right. Pretty much starting the series because everything that I think and say is cringe and dumb. Most of the time, I'll just be like, oh, that's a good idea. Or like, even just having a thought or a narrative in my head, I'm like, well, at least I have something now. But then I'll think about it, or I'll let it linger, and then I'll be like, well, that's cringe. That's gay, that's dumb. But you know what? Like, I already put in so much effort into not being cringe, into not being a try-hard. That's funny, I'm trying not to be a try-hard. But there's still so many ways, so many thousands of ways to still look at me and be like, yeah, that guy fucking sucks. That guy's a bitch, right? So it's like, what can I do? What can I do? Do I need to go to cool college? Maybe they'll teach me how to wear some like Tommy Hilfiger in a certain way and everything, right? It is embarrassing and exhausting to admit how much of my time and day is spent on. God damn, I low key be looking like a square right now. I be looking like a buster right now, huh? You know, it's weird, right? And I feel like a billion people feel just like me, you know? But it's really weird to admit any of that stuff. Who wants to admit that? Who wants to admit that they're feeling weird, that they're feeling this, they're feeling that? I was listening to Louis C.K. on the Joe Rogan Experience because I ran out of all the other live streams that he was on, or podcasts that he was on, you know. And then so I went and listened to the Joe Rogan one, and it's like, Jesus H. Christ, man. I just hate when famous people that I like say simple shit, and then I'm like, oh yeah, that's a really good idea. I like that a lot. Wow, that was really amazing how you put that together, Mr. Louis C.K. Where can I give you $1,000? And I'm not going to give him $1,000. I'm not going to buy any of his fucking content. I'm not going to do any of that shit. I almost went and bought that Horace and Pete thing on the internet. Again, I've already bought it, and then I was thinking about buying it again, you know. But what did he say? Oh, pretty much, oh, don't read negative comments. You know, don't listen to them. And it was really profound when he said it. And it's just, I think, well, he's a stand-up, so he had a better reason for it. He was like, okay, well, the audience, you know, the audience when you're performing stand-up, that's who's most important, and the people who aren't there, just like on the sidelines, is you know, they're dumb and gay, and they don't count because, you know, they weren't even part of the creative process. They weren't part of the, you know, the stuff being made in the first place. So, you know, go F them and their A, right? But me, like, I just make YouTube stuff. I don't even make YouTube stuff anymore, man. I'm fucking really falling off, man. But yeah, as a guy that just makes YouTube videos, it's like, who's my fucking audience? I don't really have an audience. I have friends, you know. I have friends who don't mind clicking on my stuff from time to time. You know, that's who I have. And in order for me to make an audience, I gotta start doing really dumb gay shit that I really don't want to do. Like right now, here's like a good idea for me to get eyeballs is make a squat depth video. And I'll just sit there and I'll bitch and I'll complain about quarter squatters, about half reppers, about this, about that. That's what I would do, you know. And it'll get some views, you know. But what am I really doing with that video? Like, what am I doing other than just trying to grab for attention, you know? It's like, and it's like, what do I want to do? And I guess what I want to do is give people more of a realistic idea of what this whole lifting weight thing is. Because everyone has their idea of what lifting is, and it sucks and it's lame and it's not going to get you anywhere. It's going to make you quit. You're going to be fat and weak or scrawny and weak forever for the rest of your life. And you know, so everyone's idea of lifting is they're going to get whatever they want in like a few weeks and a few months. You know, they're going to become running machines. They're going to become cardio monsters. They're going to become super strong. They're going to become bodybuilders, a lot of muscle or some muscle. You know, they're going to lose fat, build muscle. You know, maybe play a sport. You know, join a nice health club, build all these amazing relationships at the health club. You know. And so really what's going to happen is you're probably going to look the same. You're going to get tendonitis. You're going to get injured. You're probably really going to get into caffeine, even though you were never into caffeine in the first place. So, oh, cool, now you have an addiction. You'll probably get on drugs. You'll probably get into a lot of like self-loathing, like, oh, I know, I missed the gym today, mate. You know, because I had to consume the alcohols or consume whatever drug or whatever. You're never going to learn how to lift. That always amazes me. Like I'm so glad that I got into lifting so I could take a step back and learn about the human condition, you know, because I can talk to people who've never lifted a weight in their whole life, and then they'll have like some kind of criticism about my start position in the snatch or something like that. I'll be like, well, why are you starting with your hips up? I'm like, well, for you to point that out, that would mean you would know the difference between like high hips versus low hips, or whatever, or take in consideration like my height, or whether or not I'm fatigued right now, or whether or not I'm trying to do a variation, or blah blah blah, etc., etc., etc. It's just like so much shit, right? That's why I would never be a fucking coach. I mean, because it's like I know how I work perfectly. I can give myself a certain amount of volume and intensity and frequency and apply myself and accommodate for that and blah blah blah, you know. But most people can't do that for themselves. So it's like, why even, you know, set up this whole plan for them, and then they just go, I don't feel like it no more. Oh, I'm too tired now. I'm too tired now. And it's like, okay, fine. If you're too tired, then we need to either account for more rest days throughout the week, or we'll just reconfigure everything and go for lighter, smaller, maybe more frequent, maybe less frequent workouts. And then later on in a few weeks or a few months, we can like, you know, revisit this volume and frequency that was so hard for you before, but now we can try it now. You you know, but no, fuck all that. I don't want to do all that shit, right? I really forgot what my fucking point was. Oh yeah, okay, so what do I want to do, right? I want to give people a more realistic perspective on what lifting weights is, on what this hobby is. And I'm glad that I got into it because it made me revisit the human condition. Because yeah, like people just don't care about learning, don't want to learn, they don't feel the need to learn. Their ego is fucking amazing. It's like, you've never lifted before, and you're telling me like what you're doing or what I'm doing, or what I'm supposed to be doing, right? It's like that is so crazy to me. And then so now, when I talk to people in my day-to-day, and they're weird, like they're cocky for some reason, they're pretentious for some reason, it's like, well, yeah, of course you are. I mean, because somebody can be cocky and pretentious and not know what the fuck they're talking about at all. There can be an arbiter to like whether or not you're good at it or not, and they'll still look at it in the face and be like, yeah, but you know, at the end of the day, it is what it is, and blah blah blah, right? And I'm saying that very ironically, right? Like, what I'm saying like that is like, oh, so you lift weights, then let me see you lift. Oh, no, I'm not going to do all that. Oh, you lift weights, well, then show physique. Yeah, I'm not going to do all that. It's like, I know you don't. I know you can't squat your body weight for reps to actual depth. So why the fuck are you talking to me about snatching? You know, I know you don't do this. I know you don't do that. Leave me the fuck alone. Fuck all that noise, man. Don't do that to me, man. But, you know, they'll still do it. So let's like say, you know, I'm doing like an argument on the internet, right? You know, just yelling at somebody because I want to yell at somebody. Let's say it's a bunch of nobodies like talking. Let's say it's a bunch of nobodies, you know, just uploading what they consider content, which is a bunch of shitty fucking small talk while they smoke and stuff, right? And then that's what I said. I said, hey, you know what? Don't upload that. Because that shit sucks. And yeah, it sucks. Don't do that. And if anything, it's a fucking cancer because, like, they're asking their friends and their family members, be like, hey, yo, though, like, check us out, you know, on our podcast. And it's like, man, why the fuck would you do that, man? Leave them the fuck alone. They don't want to fucking check you out, man. Stop. You know? So let's say I go and like tell them, hey, you're gay and you're dumb and I don't like that, don't do that. And then they fight back and, you know, they do their research and they look all into me and my shitty job and my flaws and everything, and then, you know, and then I, you know, respond back with the same thing pretty much because I'm not going to do all that detective shit, be like, yeah, but no, I'm serious, like, you know, your stuff really sucks and you should really stop. And then so the way they fight, you know, that's how they're going to fight. And they're going to use all these delusions, and they're going to use all the, like the same way that somebody can talk to me about lifting weights is the same way that they're going to talk to me via fighting me or arguing at me and stuff. And it's like, yeah, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You know, it's like, why are you so full of yourself as you're talking like at me right now? That's so fucking weird, right? But it's fine, whatever, man, you know. Because that's what sucks about lifting weights. Like, to a certain extent, I have to admit that I suck at this, that I am not going to be great. I'm just, it's like, I spent 5 years in doing this, and in those 5 years, I got injuries that made me stop for a while. I had a surgery that made me have to stop for a while. Like, there have been injuries where I had to stop doing, like, for example, let's say before my injury, I was doing 230 for 6, and then I get injured, and now I can only do maybe 90 pounds for 8 to 12 or something, and I'm only doing that so I can keep the blood flowing into my injured areas and stuff. And I was going to do months doing that, and then I'd have to spend weeks, if not months, working my way back up to my original working weight. So when I say I've been lifting for 5 years, people assume that I've just been like hitting my head against the wall of one weight that I was never able to pass. And it's like, no, I keep fucking myself up like a fucking loser, But I learned from those injuries. I learned that too much is too much. The body is a chain, and I need to work out all the body parts. Compound lifts are compound lifts, but we're still machines that want to work in the easiest way possible. So like in a squat, yes, a squat is a knee flexion. I think they used to call squats like knee extenders or something because it's a knee extension. But it's a lot easier to squat, and we can move a lot more weight with our asses and our back. So of course we're not going to just be using our legs and our knees in a squat. Mostly we're going to be using our ass. And then we have to kill this weird little gear in our head that makes us only go to parallel. Because like my first 2 years, probably my first 3 years, I was only going to parallel, and I was reading all kind of documents where it was like, nah, going to parallel's fine. Going to parallel's fine. You don't have to squat ass to grass. And so that's what allowed me to squat like that for like 3 years. I was like, no, fuck that. There is an initial fear in a squatting all the way down like that. Because it's fucking scary. It's like, what other movement are you putting more than your body weight onto yourself and then trying to move it? Where else? A deadlift doesn't even fucking count, because it's like you can just let go whenever you want. But like with a squat, the weight is on your fucking back. And in order to defeat that fear, we can either learn to bail and or just learn the lift, do the lift. The more we do the lift, the less we get scared of it, Because your first day squatting, you're not going to do your body weight, you're not going to do shit. add a little bit of weight to it, because like you want some kind of like counterbalance. You don't want to just fucking squat the bar, because then there's no counterbalance to it, you know. So 65, 75, 85 pounds, whatever, you know. Squat the bar, squat the weight, and then in the next 1 day, next 2 days, squat again, and squat again, and squat again, and squat again. And it's going to be a movement that isn't going to be learned on its first day. It's not going to be learned in its second day. It's not going to be learned in its first week, first month, and probably not even the first year. Because there's still going to be little fucking things that need to be like configured and this and that, you know. That's why I can always like appreciate like a good looking squat, like a good squat, because I know there was like time and effort like put into that to learn that pattern. There was a lot of trial and error like involved in it. You have my respect. Oh, ha ha ha. You have Jings' respect into squatting good. Good job. Still no pussy, but you get Jings' respect. Right? But then when I see these faggots like stand wide and squats are parallel, toes out, you know, blah blah blah. They got the belt, they got the sleeves, they got the shoes. I just get so fucking pissed off. I'm just like, man, just get the fuck out of here, man. Just leave. Just leave, man. Why even do it? Why even bother? You know? And so that's not like a good message. People don't like hearing that. People don't like hearing that it's going to take some time. It's going to take some effort. It's going to take studying. It's going to take observing. It's going to take being aware to be good at squatting. People don't want to hear that. They're just like, what the fuck? Shut the fuck up, man. What, man? Fuck all that. That's just gay. That's just dumb. Maybe you're just bad at lifting. So, okay, I'm bad at lifting. All right, fine. Then you do it. See how long it takes you to do it. And then you send me the footage, and I'm like, yep, it's fucking dog shit. But keep at it, I guess. Fag it. You know, so, but yeah, man, you know, lifting sucks. I wouldn't recommend it. If you have like an hour or two of free time throughout the fucking day, maybe like learn coding or something, I don't know. You know, start go mow some lawns, I guess. I don't know. Do anything other than fucking lifting. Lifting is fucking gay. So I hope this was helpful. It wasn't for me. I just sound like a fucking rambling asshole. You know? And I'm gonna upload this because I don't have any other pieces of content that I was planning to release. So you're stuck with this. Ha, fuck you. Piece of shit. Alright, done.